Hi Spinny Bodies, so in today's video it's going to be a story time about the time where I ran away from home. I was young, so it's quite a crazy story and I thought I would tell this one. You guys always ask for story times when I put up polls of like what videos I should film. So here we go. So it all begins with me being like 13, I think I was. I was with my best friend. We were going to the cinema to watch a film. What else would you be going to the cinema to do? And we were going to meet up with this girl that like everybody knew but nobody really ever met. So we were going to meet up with her in Glasgow because she was from Glasgow. We went to the cinema, it was all good, we started watching the movie, and then halfway through the movie she was like, can you come to the toilet with me? Let's just call her Lily, okay? So Lily was like, can you come to the toilet with me? To me and not my best friend. And I was like, yeah, of course. So we went to the toilet, and when we went there she was like, oh, we should sneak into the boys' toilets. Sneak into the boys' toilets. It's like, no, like I'm not doing that, I'm too nervous. So she was like, oh, I'll do it then, like you wait outside. And I was like, okay. She ran in and then she came back out running out like giggling like and I was just thinking at this point, this girl's quite bad. I was like, right, come on, we need to go back to the film. And she was like, oh look, I've dropped my phone in there, I need to go back in and get it. But I don't know if she was telling the truth. I genuinely don't know. She probably wasn't. I hate her now, by the way. Not because of this story, but I just hate her so much. I don't hate anybody, but I just hate this girl. I need to go back in for my phone, but I'm guessing she just wanted to go back in there. But security guard comes up and he goes, right, like, and he starts shouting, saying, that's really bad, like, blah, blah, blah. You need to get out. Basically kicked us out the cinema. And I was like, my friend's still in there. My friend watches my YouTube videos, so she'll know what night I'm talking about. The security guard was like, right, okay, who's your friend? And I will go and get her. And I was like, no, just like let her enjoy the movie, but also can you just tell her we're kicked out? And I was like, no, I'm going to go and get your friend. So he went up, got my friend out the movie, and it was only halfway through, kicked her out. It was nothing to do with her. She'd paid for the film. She didn't do anything wrong. Neither did I, really. But, you know, I was there, so I kind of did do something wrong. And she was raging at us. Even though it wasn't really my fault, she was still raging at us. She was like, I can't believe you've done that. Like, I spent my money. I wanted to watch that film. Blah, blah, blah. She was so mad. So I was trying to apologise and she just wasn't having it. So then we were going to go home on the bus and the girl, Lily, was like, oh, I'll just come on your bus. And I was like, but you don't live in my area. And she was like, yeah, but I can get on this bus to my bit. It like double backs. And because I was young, I didn't know if it did. I didn't really know where she stayed. I was just like, okay, but I kind of knew deep down that this wasn't going to be good. I just had that gut feeling, and always listen to your gut feeling, guys. She then comes all the way, and when me and my friend are getting off the bus, she comes off at the stop with us, right? At my area. Not her area at all. This was probably about 7 o'clock at night and she just got off my bus. And now, keep in mind, she actually lived at the other, like, she probably lived about an hour away from where she had just got off. And my friend was still mad at us and she was like, I'm going home. And I was like, you can't leave us together because what am I meant to do with? Because I knew my mum and let her stay. She didn't know this girl. I didn't know this girl. This was the first time I'd ever met her. And when I was younger, I was a wee bit of a pushover. I used to kind of just go along with what people said. I didn't want to upset anybody. The reason that I'd met her, by the way, is because we spoke on BBM and like everyone knew her. Everyone knew who she was. My friend just left, stormed off home and left me with Lily. I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? So I go to my house. I say 2 minutes, I'm going to go in and ask my mum if you can stay. And my mum's like, no. I was like, but mum, she's got nowhere to go. She can't get home, because she started saying that she couldn't get home now because she had nowhere to get a hold of her mum, no way to this and that. And my mum was just pure raging at me. And she was like, no, you can take my phone out and you can get her to phone her mum, because absolutely no way she can phone her mum and she can go home. You need to phone your mum. And she was like, my phone's dead, and showed me her phone and it was off. She probably just turned it off, to be honest, but you know, at that point I was like, oh no, I'll charge your phone for you, because we both had Blackberries. I charged her phone for her. And she was like, you could tell she didn't want this to happen. You could tell she was planning on like staying out all night. We came back and I was like, right, now you can phone your mum. And she was like, okay. And she phoned twice apparently. I don't even think she phoned her mum. She was like, oh, she's not picking up. Like, I don't know what to do. She's not picking up, blah, blah, blah. And I was just thinking, oh my god, what are we going to do? At this point, I'm like, fuck, like we're going to need to both go somewhere because I'm not going to leave you out all night by yourself. We went to my other friends who just lived across the road. Friend Samantha, we were like, can we stay? And she was like, no, because keep in mind, these people didn't know this girl, so why would they just let her randomly stay? It would have been okay if it was someone that we knew, they would have been like, yeah, but because they didn't really know her, they were like, no. Then Lily was like, oh, I've just BBM'd this girl, she said we can stay at hers, so let's go over. And this was one of my friends, so I was like, okay, let's go. Told my mum I was staying there with Lily, and she was like, right, okay, just stay safe, like on the walk over to her house, because it was about 10-15 minutes away. So we walked all the way over to my friend's house. She answered the door and she was like, no, you can't stay here. You can't stay here. And I was thinking, great. Woohoo! She probably never ever said that we could stay in the first place. She was probably just lying to me. Lily was probably just lying to me. After that, I was like, great, I've told my mum this. Like, I've told my mum we're staying there, so what we're going to do. And she was like, oh, maybe we can go to my sister's, so don't worry about it. We'll just have a walk around there now and we'll like hang about for a bit, and then later on we can go to my sister's because she's not in there now. And I was like, right, okay. So we were walking about outside, keeping in mind, I'm still trusting this girl, thinking we're going to our sister's later on. And she's like, oh my god, we should chat this guy's door because my phone was dying. And she was like, he'll take your phone in, he'll charge it for you. And I was like, okay, let's do that. And he was like, yeah, I'll go and put your phone in for you. He went in and took my phone in. And this is the worst part of it. It was a BlackBerry Z10, and this was like the new BlackBerry with a touchscreen at this point. So I was buzzing that I had that phone. I just got it, and he was away to charge it for me. She was like, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going home. I can't go home, so you should stay out with me and not go home. And I was like, at this point, I was like, okay, because I was just going along with anything she said. I was just agreeing to run away with her. I don't know why, but because we were spending so much time together, I really did start to like her. Little did I know she was a manipulating bitch. But yeah, we'll not talk about that. And now, this girl was known for running away from home. So her mum got worried when she never came back from the cinema. Because this was about, I don't even know, hours later, right? So her mum was worried. She phones the police, and obviously because she's ran away so many times, the police are like, okay, we'll go find her. Who was she with? She said, me, and they went to my door, the police. Little did I know this, but because this was going on behind the scenes, I didn't know any of this. And they went to my mum's door, and they were like, hi, is she here? And she was like, no, they're staying at the house that I said I was staying at. Go to the house that I said I was staying at, and they are like, she's not here, she didn't stay here. So they went back to my mum's house and was like, she's not there. And my mum was thinking, where the fuck is she? Because she was worried that I didn't make it from my house to that house. She was thinking, oh no, what is going on? My mum went out looking for me as well, patrolling the streets for me, and the police were looking everywhere, driving around looking for us, and we didn't know this. We were just planning to run away. We were just thinking, oh, my mum is fine, my mum thinks I'm staying there, so it's all good, she'll be in bed sleeping. But no, the police were looking for us, she was looking for us. I didn't have my phone to find out this. Because my phone was off as well, my mum was freaking out. We went back to the house to get my phone, and he didn't answer. So I tried again, and he didn't answer. So I thought maybe he fell asleep. So we started banging on the door, like, hello, like, I need my phone. And his mum came to the window, and she's like, he's been sleeping all night, he didn't come out and get your phone. And I was like, yes, he did. Wake him up. And she was going, no, he never. He's not got your phone. Fuck off. That's what she was like. And I was like, are you kidding me? Wake him up right now. I'm thinking, are you having a fucking joke here? My phone has been literally stolen. I'm out. I've got no phone. I've got nothing. I'm cold. Lily was like, he's got her phone. Started banging on the door like, give her phone back. And she was like, fuck off, and I'll come out there and I'll this and that to you, like I'll do this, like I'll blah blah blah, I'll stomp all over your head. And we were like, great. I was thinking in my head, I don't like causing any trouble, like let's just leave it at that. I don't like causing any trouble, let's just maybe go back tomorrow because maybe he'll have my phone then, maybe he's just asleep and his mum doesn't know. Oh, and by the way guys, I did go back, I never got that phone back. He's a tramp. The guy is a tramp. He still is a tramp to this day. So yeah, he stole my phone. That was great. Then I'm gutted about my phone. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm just shattered, I want to go home. But obviously at this point I was thinking, I'm running away, this is what running away must feel like. And I said to her, and she was like, yeah, it's going to feel bad at the start, but it's fine after a while, like I've done it so many times, it's just because you're not used to staying out all night, like it's fine. So then I'm like, can we go to your sister's because I'm getting cold? And she went, yeah, let's go down to my sister's. She takes me to an abandoned house with a panel over the window because it's been smashed, and goes, I did lie to you, I'm so sorry, this is my sister's. It's our old house. She doesn't live here anymore, but we can still climb in. You're for real? Like, what? And at this point, I gave up. I was like, do you know what? I do not mind. She was like, we can stay here for the next few days. There's no electricity, but it's fine. Like, I'll use my phone light. So she climbs in this broken window, and I'm sitting outside like, fuck this. This is, no. No, I'm not going in there. She climbs, and the way the window is, it's like on a wee slant. So she climbs in the window, but she's climbing onto like a worktop type of thing and jumps down. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not going in there. I'm going to get killed. I go down and I look in, it's pitch black, scary. Anyone could have had the same idea. Somebody homeless could have been in there. I don't know. I was like, no. And I'm glad that I said no, because I was like, I'm physically not going in there. I refuse. So she was like, right, okay. She came back out and she's like, let's just go another walk. Walking down this scary bit with all these flats, and this guy comes up and he's like, why are you out? And now looking back, my wee sister is basically almost the age I was then. If my wee sister stayed out all night, that would be so dangerous. I just thought I was more grown up. Don't do this, anybody, because it's the worst thing ever. Anything could have happened to her. This guy comes up to us and he goes, why are you out? It's just a randomer. And now keeping in mind, I'm actually thinking now, why was he out? Who was he? Maybe he was at work or something, I don't know. We were like, oh, it's fine, just walking home from our sisters. Our dad's coming to pick us up now. And he was like, I'll give you a lift if you want. We were like, no. So we started walking faster, and he was still walking quite fast behind us. So we just went into one of the flats. He never came in the flat, so maybe it wasn't weird. But then, keeping in mind my mum and the police are still out strolling about looking for us, and it's just not good, because I feel so bad for doing this at this point, but I never knew my mum was out looking for us. I shouldn't have done it in the first place, but you know, yeah. She then goes, why don't we go to this woman's house? I know her, I'm sure she'll let us in and let us stay. Thinking, okay, because I was genuinely sitting down on the ground, falling asleep. I was cold, I was tired. Oh, and I forgot to say, we switched clothes. I don't know how that works, because we were switching clothes in case the police seen us, in case her mum had phoned the police and they knew what we were wearing. But how does switching clothes make any sense? Because we still would have been in the description. I don't know, we were young. That's how young we were. That's stupid. We go in her house, she lets us in. She's like, why are you awake at this time? Gives us a Capri Sun and a packet of crisps, I remember. And that was the best Capri Sun and packet of crisps I've ever had in my life. It was so good, because I was starving, I was thirsty, I was everything, I was just cold. We sat in for a wee while, and then we were like, right, okay, we'll let you get to sleep. Thank you for letting us in for a bit. And we left. Now at this point, her phone was still on, so she was BBMing people, just constantly like, can we come get you? Most people were in bed. I don't even know what time it was. It was well past 12, by the way. And she says, oh, this girl is going to let us in. Oh, she lets us in, we're sitting. She's like, why have you been out all night? And we were like, oh, we're running away, blah, blah, blah. And I was so tired. I was trying not to fall asleep. I never really done all-nighters. I mean, I do all-nighters all the time now, but at this point, I'd not really stayed up all night. So I was falling asleep. And then she's like, okay, my mum's coming in from work. She's doing night shift, so you actually need to go. And when we left, we were at this like main road, and just so happens that the police drive by, and they kind of shout out like, oh, and she goes, run, we're going to get caught. So we start running. She runs past the health centre. I'm running, and at this point I had no energy, and I just went, I give up. I just stopped running, and they caught me. And they basically like threw me into the back of the car, smashed my shins. I remember, because I had a big bruise up my shins. I was wearing her jeans. She was wearing my favourite outfit, because I'd wore that to the cinema. She was wearing my favourite outfit. I was wearing her scabby jeans, and they drove me home. My mum was genuinely not mad. She was not mad at this point. She was just like, oh my god, Emma, thank god you're home. I thought something happened to you. She was freaking out, because imagine if your daughter went missing. She was freaking out. They took me home, and I was just crying. My mum was crying to me, hugging me, like, oh my god, thank god you're okay. And they just kind of spoke to me for a bit, like, you cannot do this because you've wasted police time, blah de blah. And I was thinking in my head, I didn't waste police time because I didn't know this was happening. They were basically just saying, you can't do this, blah de blah, look how worried your mum is, blah de blah de blah. And then they were asking me about this girl, saying, why was she here, why, just all this stuff. And then they left. Forgot to add, they also said to me that she was bad news and not to hang about with her because I was a nice girl. And you know what? That's so true. She is bad news. She's a snake. She is a tramp. She is a bitch. And I've got so many reasons to say that. So, yeah. My mum was like, just go to your bed. I went to sleep. I did get grounded, but not for too long because she used to ground me, but then never really stick to it, which was good. I never got my phone back. Me and my mum went down the next day and she rattled his door, and he never came to the door. The mum just came shouting again, my son's not got your phone. Never got my phone back from the fucking tramp that stole it. But you know what? It was all good because I got another phone. And that girl, I hate her so much. Not just because of this night, but she's a manipulating little freak. Guys, that was the story time. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to be doing an Instagram controls my life video, so hopefully that comes in the next few days. And I'm so sorry I've not been that motivated from YouTube. It's just because I've been stuck in, I've been losing my motivation. But don't worry guys, I'm getting it back. I'm going to be filming a lot more. And yeah, if you've watched this far, like I always do at the end of my videos, comment that balloon emoji. And yeah, I love you all so much. Thank you so much. Please like, subscribe and leave a comment down below. I heart them all and I try to reply to them all. So yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.